I'm Ayah. I am 14, born in January 25, 2007. Um, I am a digital artist. I really like digital art, but some people somehow get confused about how it works a lot of the time. But when you get to the industry, it's actually way easier than the traditional one, you know? It's kind of like when you get used to digital art, it's kind of hard to get your hand back to traditional a little bit. Like, it will be less like the Dollar Tree version of your digital art, you know? You know?
Yep.
And so, yeah, I really liked art. I started drawing since I believe since I was 3, you know? I started really, really early. I liked it all the time, especially since back in Jordan, there was this channel called Space Tune. I don't know if any of you heard of it. And it kind of just presents Arabic translations of old anime, and it was like very inspiring for many children. You know, everybody liked that channel, and so it kind of just like was the introduction for art for me. And so yeah, I started traditionally, then kind of just got into digitally slowly. I've actually got into drawing digitally back in 4th grade. I kind of knew it was a thing before, but I never really knew how it worked. And I remember once downloading Ibis Paint and then deleting it because I didn't know how it worked, you know. And then eventually I was like, you know what, I'm a practice, you know. And then eventually I got used to it, and way too used to it, you know.
So you taught yourself digital art through like the computer and just research?
I've taught myself about it, yeah, through research and practice. I've practiced a lot. I draw on like a daily basis. There was just 1 month of my life that I spent without drawing a single drawing, but it was like the only one. You know?
Yeah. And so what were your drawings today?
My drawings today were my characters I created mostly. Only one fan art out of them. And there's nothing really too interesting about them except the fact that I like to draw people, you know? It's very interesting. Yeah. I like to introduce myself to different characteristics, personalities, and in a way, it's a good thing to my social life too, especially since I was a tongue-tied child when it comes to talking to people, but at the same time I was talkative. I don't know how that works. And so yeah, I actually like to study people. I like to draw people. I like to get introduced to more of their personalities, and thus resulting me liking writing. And writing is actually a very big part of why I draw. You know how when you watch a cartoon, read a story, a graphic novel, a manga, and you know a comic, any of these kind of sources, it's actually, you know, it kind of interests you, but you don't just want to draw. You want to know how to create your own story that people will like. And I feel like it has more depth to it when you and especially since I'm a person who likes to do everything on my own. I don't like people doing things for me. Like, if I write a story, I need to be the one drawing it. If I wrote a story, if I drew something, I need to be the one writing the story for the thing I drew, you know? I I'm a very independent person. I don't like group projects.
And for the characters you drew today, what was the inspiration behind them? Do any of them take any traits or appearances from friends or family, you know, or other anime characters?
I think I just subconsciously do it out of getting introduced to so many things. Like, I don't have anything specific since it's all out of my subconscious mind. I don't really think about it when I'm drawing the character. I just think of the personality and think how can the personality and the looks can match. Sometimes it can actually be contradicting where the person can look nice but they're actually super rude, you know, but again, the personality can kind of just, your view of a person changes depending on how they act towards you and towards other people. And I really, you know, for my characters, I liked to draw them depending on how their personalities show and my subconscious mind of how my ideal type of a character, you know. I really like red eyes, for example. They're actually very attractive in art. And I like red hair too. I like gray eyes. I like I like blue eyes, but I don't draw them a lot for some reason. You know, like I like different eye colors that would, you know, kind of just pop out the character when I draw them. My main character, I actually have it. One of her art, the one main character of my novel is on like one of like the very back on the wall outside. She has like red hair, gray eyes. She, you know, usually wears dull clothes, but she has like very shiny jewelry, you know. I really like earrings, so when I draw a character, I like to give them an earring for the most part, or maybe something that would just hold special to this certain character. For example, in my novel, my main character, you know, has this special earring that she got as a gift from a person who died after taking care of her for a long time, you know? And she cherishes that. And it's actually like a big element in the story and throughout the whole journey of her, you know? Things like these. I like expressive things, not just using expressions or, you know, I sometimes body language, sometimes objects that can just represent how the character is.
Yeah, that's really awesome. And so what is art in like your art class like mean to you then, since you get to have these expressions through them all, like when you get to go to art class during your school day, like just kind of what does it mean to you, I guess?
So when I started like going in 6th grade, don't sue me for this, Miss K, but my art was pretty bad. My art was pretty bad, okay? And I really wanted to improve at anatomy, you know? I like anatomy is probably one of the hardest thing an artist can go through, whether it's drawing the hands, which are so confusing, drawing the body poses, and especially if I want to draw a comic, I need to express what a character thinks through their body language, which I can't do if I don't know how to draw anatomy, you know? And I really had a hard time with that. I had a hard time with hair too, although I liked drawing it. I had a hard time with drawing symmetrical eyes, although I really liked drawing them, you know? Symmetrical eyes was a very big struggle. And so, yeah, I actually, during my art class, I asked Miss K about blending colors. I asked her about, you know, advice about what to do when I am drawing, whether it's like body poses or background, which is like, I still struggle at that, you know? It's still not good. And like, no, actually, it's still pretty bad. You know? And so I think Miss K is like an amazing art teacher. And no, she did not pay me to say this. Okay, she's like an amazing art teacher. She had given me pretty good advice that I've, like, they seem small, but here's the thing. If you're a beginner artist, when you start getting advice, the advices you get small, but they actually make a big difference, you know? I think they do it quickly and no way this advice is good, you know? But then, like, I followed it and it worked pretty well, you know? It worked really well for me. And I think, yeah, that's all.
Great. And so looking forward, are you hoping to continue with art in high school and maybe even after? Just what do you see your future with art looking like?
With art, I don't really have any plans for it. For high school, I don't plan on signing up for art classes yet, especially since like I want to become a surgeon, and surgeon is not easy, and I'm not gonna risk any art classes at this point, you know. But I do believe like I don't need an art class to be a good artist, you know. And like Miss K is a very good teacher, and she offered me to come assist her on her autumn, where like she like has this serious art class in autumn where she's like, since you're in high school, you can come as my assistant and I'll teach you. And I'm like, yes, you know, that's a very good chance. Also, it can like, it's like very special. And as for high school, I plan on signing up for like the typical classes like biology, mathematics, things like these, especially since I have like a doctor career that I'm aiming for. And yeah.
Great. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good job.